Hello everyone. So welcome to what is a 10 to 6 stream on a Saturday morning, and this is a special stream. Well, I say a special stream. I think it's just a stream, but we should see a few improvements. Number one, the green screen's got better. Yay! And no, I got a new green screen basically, and it gives me wide camera now. I've got wide camera, no more walls and covering and chopping bits out because I have to cover things up. It's pretty cool actually, and it's not bad. It's like a tenner on Amazon. So just to show you don't need big expensive green pop-up screens. I just had some like £4.50 plastic pipe and a green screen, and there you go. Technology is a wonderful thing. You should also notice that the stream has improved as well. Primarily because I've done a few tweaks and different bits, so I'm going to go through a stream setup in a completely separate video that I'm going to put up on YouTube, just to show that you don't need big expensive kit. One thing that you will notice today, and hopefully you'll see it when we get going in the game, is Destiny, my gaming PC now runs super smooth. That's primarily because I upgraded the processor. So I was originally using an i5-4590 4th gen Intel chip. It was okay, but it was a 4-core only, and most of the modern games coming up now, they need quad-core and 8-thread minimum. So I haven't spent a lot on my gaming rig, so I upgraded the processor to an i7-4790. I didn't go for a K because I don't have an overclockable motherboard, but that does give me a quad-core 8-thread, which is exactly what was needed, which has made pretty big changes to gaming in all this. I didn't think it was going to be huge, but it just gives it the extra grunt to do the bit of extra processing. So you should start seeing that the frame counter on the gaming screen, you'll see there are still some dips and drops, but it never goes below 70 FPS. Very rare does it go below 60, which is a cool achievement in all honesty, considering I didn't even spend 500 quid, if I've spent that on my gaming rig. Also as well, the streaming rig's had a few improvements, so we got a bit of extra RAM for it. As you'll see that we're starting to run 1080p. We're not suffering, let me just check. We're not suffering any frame loss, and CPU's taking a bit of a hit, but that is running a 4590, so that's not too bad. Quad core's pretty much enough for what you need for doing for streaming. I do the processing through a 1050 Ti, so everything's good on that front. In fact, let me. Ooh, what have we done with that? Let's do that, because that's going to give it a bit of extra grunt to do some processing for the stream, for post-processing. So, we've got to a point now where everything just works flawlessly. 1080p, 60 frames a second streaming, not a problem. I'm not going to go to 4K. I'm still adamant that 4K is pretty to look at, but pointless for gaming. It is. You don't get any more big or less experience. Probably when I come to do a custom build gaming rig, I'll drop a 2080 Ti in, maybe 2, do SLI and then boot it out for 4K, but we don't need it yet, so there's no point. If we're going to do 4K, I might just do it through the Xbox One X. It's cheaper, and I've got it sat right next to me. So, what are we doing today? So we're going to be doing Destiny for a bit. We're going to be on for a few hours. We're going to do Destiny 2, just to do my dailies and do the run-throughs with my hunter. I'm still pursuing the 650 on my main character, and I've not done half the stuff that you see with other streamers. This is just a casual dad gamer doing a bit of streaming and having a bit of fun along the way. We are going to be switching out to the Anthem demo later, because I want to see what it runs like on the rig, and then it'll let me decide what platform I'm going to do it for. It'll either be Xbox or it'll be for PC. Down a bit. So I just want to see what it runs like on PC. If a PC can handle it, then fine, I'll get it on PC. I'm not too fussed about that, but I just want to see what the game's like. If it's not going to be my type of game, I'm just going to stick with Destiny, but I'm definitely getting the Division 2. If you don't know, I will do a little pitch for this. Humble Bundle. If you do take out the monthly subscription with Humble Bundle, which is £10 a month, next month, for February, The Division is included for free with Yakuza 0. So that's on your monthly subscription. And I must admit, Humble Bundle for my PC has been awesome. My Steam account's full of games. My GOG account's full of games. You know, it's £10 a month. I think so far I've had about 20, 30 games out of it. I've only been a member for like 3 months. So it is awesome. I got Overwatch for free for PC. If you do a subscription now, you get something else for free. You know, it's cool. It really is. Everyone always used to rate on about Humble Bundle. I didn't think it was worth it, but instead, it is really good. They're doing Resident Evil for 10%. The new Resident Evil 2 remake, let me get that correct. They're doing that for 10% off at the minute, so it's a good option. So, what should we do today? Well, as you'll see directly above me, we have got Destiny 2 on the screen. So, rather than talking for much more, let's get stuck in. And now, one thing you're going to have to forgive me with is I'm still getting used to mouse and keyboard. I don't think we actually have a lot to do in the tower, so... Let's just get on with the daily heroics. We'll get all of our prime engrams out of the way first. Yeah, we'll get all of our prime engrams out of the way first and get our upgrades done. So we'll do our 3 strikes, we'll do our heroic story mission. I am using a scout rifle. Ooh.
What a nice lander sitting all alone out here. Let's take it.
As long as you can take it far, far away from me.
There's Billy. I thought scout rifles were supposed to be useless. Oh, compared to my main machine gun, they are. Are we up yet? Ship up yet? Oh my god, I didn't honestly think that scout rifles were this bad, but they are. Did someone just activate a super when there was no one in the area? They did, didn't they? Come on, where's the shit? Hip fire, baby! I'm stuck in a continuality loop. Ooh, that's just something a bit spammy. Here it is. There we go. Oh! There we go. You've been thunderstruck. Go on, where's the big? There we go. Whee!
Asher, guess what we did?
Caused pandemonium among the cabal, detonated vehicles, pulverized the commander.
Yes. How'd you know?
From the unbearable racket. My head.
Right, what did we come here for? Oh, there's no map. Oh, Rob probably good. Right, let's get this done. No radar. I didn't see that. I spend all week in IT typing on keyboards, and then I come to the weekend playing PC and type on keyboards. Isn't it amazing?
Typical Titan idiocy. I'm sure he thought, Gaul has a sun destroyer. I don't need a plan. I'll simply headbutt it.
It's desperation, Asher. Zavala has forgotten he might die. Final death.
He's of no heed, assistant. You and I can deal with them later.
Head toward the heart of the energy mining operation, Sergeant. We'll use a war mine. Part of an interplanetary defense network to scan the Almighty.
Sit down. I do love my little submachine gun. Just kill everything. Now, if you don't know, one of the system chests is on top of there. I can't remember if I've got it now. I think I haven't. And you have to jump on there to get it. fishing, aren't we?
Ikora, we found another drill. This one's big. Really big.
Good. That drill pierced an entrance to the war mine vault. The scanner's inside.
Gotcha. Let's find the drill controls and get it out of the way.
Oh my god! Scout rifles, yeah. When did that happen? When did that happen? When did that happen? Well, I didn't expect that, in all honesty. That is shocking. I didn't expect it to be quite that bad. I just got to show this little machine gun, this little SMG ruins things. Oh. Step back, there we go.
We've got the power going, but the drill is still in our way.
Ha! What a gloriously irritating commitment to safety standards.
There has to be a manual override somewhere in that base.
I can't remember if I've done this one or not.
I swear I just saw something looking back at us through that thing. The Taken do not live in a nice neighborhood.
Get rid of this. Rainmaker consumable. What does that do? Ah, all my quests have gone. Rainmaker. Oh, okay. Gets you extra glimmer. Well, I was trying to work out which one I should run, because this has got Grave Robber and Rangefinder. If I go back, my original one has Rampage and Triple Tap. Ooh, hold on. Oh, okay, I know what I'm going to do. This has got Rampage and Triple Tap, so... I'm going to put that one in. There we go, darling.
I find it incredible that those myopic Red Legion ignorami did not realize they were drilling directly into a war mine vault.
Stranger things happen every day.
I'm detecting a spike in paracausal energy. Stereoneutrino particles have quintupled.
He means watch out for the
Watch out for the Taken.
You should hire a translator, Asher.
remember that door being there. I don't remember that door opening. Maybe it's me. That's the exit door, I think, isn't it? When we go upstairs and we do the old shooting the bad guys. There used to be the thing around here when you did I don't know if I've done that one. I should really look on braytech.org and see if I've already done it. Oh, sorry for
Ascendant realm
yawning.
readings in spades here.
Couldn't sleep.
Down the line, this could be another one of those weird portals. The Taken are so strange.
If there's any lag on the gaming machine at the minute, it's because Anthem's downloading in the background. Oh no. Silly sausage.
Nice work. Let's find that override.
Used to get cage chest around here. There it is. There's the anomaly.
I'm detecting... I think this is sending a message back to the Ascendant realm. But who's listening? I think we've got the drill going.
Good. Return to the drill site and get into the Warmind vault. I am eager to discredit Vu Zela's plan to attack the Almighty.
Just quickly charge up my energy. it down, bro. Big massive Hydra killing everything. Concentrates on me. Might as well kill it while we're here. So this is the room I was looking at. Through that mystical door, which was the elevator room. Okay. Just in case that there's something in here we haven't seen before. Because I just always run straight through this room and never pay a blind bit of attention to it. Okay, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
So, what's a war mind, exactly?
It's a kind of artificial intelligence designed to defend humanity against the unknown.
Because no one's ever played Destiny 2 before. Or Destiny 1. You have to be mad if you didn't.
Whoa, the drill's on.
What? Lift it up before it collapses the war mine vault.
Dee. Oh. Yeah. Where'd he go? Thank you.
Finally. Let's get down to the vault.
Oh!
We're on our way into the vault.
I believe the words you're looking for are dickles. There we go. That's how it should have been. Oh no, look, the bottom of the moon. Blue.
This will be rich. I will ask Zavala, can you tell me in zetajoules the Almighty's expected destructive capacity? And he will say, no, Asher, I cannot, because I am a reckless fool.
Ignore Asher. Find the war mine, reconnect it to the network, and we'll handle the rest.
Reconnecting to the Warmind network to begin a remote scan.
Yes. We can see the connection coming online.
Hang on. We've got taken. Scan going.
Poorly. The Almighty is inextricably bound to the harmonic resonance of the sun's magnetic flux tubes.
What?
If Zavala blows up the Almighty, it'll take the sun with it.
Well, there we go.
It's time I
And what
rejoined
can
my
you
fire
say?
team.
Another mission done. Another little something. 579.
Tell me again, speaker, what makes your guardians worthy of the light? What is the price of such power and immortality?
Devotion, self-sacrifice, death.
Death. Explain.
Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice. Sacrifice leads to death. So, feel free to kill yourself.
Beaky, you little cheeky sausage. Okay.
Sacrifice. I was born an outcast.
And so, as ever, we don't care. Couldn't give a shit, in all honesty. .39% precision kill ratio. That's terrible. Oh, 604s. Where's my buddy now? 604. 606. Okay. Completely pointless. So that was gonna. Oh no, because I've not done it to get my. Hope. Oh, I like this mission. Solar Singe. Ooh, okay.
Hawthorne already believes Zavala abandoned her and the survivors. Now that we're leaving, if we stayed, yes, we could help them survive, but if Zavala really is building a counteroffensive on Titan, we can save them all and take back the city. Vanguard Fleet, Guardian Ship 723 is on approach. We received your beacon and we're ready to join the fight.
I do like this mission. I do love Titan. I think Titan's a really, really good planet.
The Hive have overrun Titan. I was wrong to bring us here.
God, Zavala's such a miserable git.
Commander, we're here to help.
No, we've already lost too many legless guardians to the Hive. We can't secure this move.
We have our light back.
What? Impossible.
Commander, if I may.
Zavala's like,
Deputy Commander Sloan. We have a counter-offensive to plan. To do that, we need to get this station up and running. There's a fleet to prep, guardians to arm, and a trove of intercepted Red Legion transmissions to decrypt. It's critical we gain access to the station's control center. That's where you come in. If the light really is with you, send the Hive back to hell.
And Guardian, please, be careful.
My little Destiny Ghost is on my table is having a meltdown.
What was this place?
The Golden Age cities of Titan were once the pride of humanity. We thought they were abandoned, but I was a fool to think the Hive would not spread this far.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Ghosty's having a bad feeling about this. No one ever has a good feeling anymore, do they? Boing.
Okay, Sloan, we can see the control center.
Copy that. Keep pushing forward. Commander, at this rate, we can start planning our counteroffensive. We'll be outside the city gates in no time.
There's the dreadnought.
If it were only that simple.
The rings of Saturn have just vanished. Oh, maybe a moon. Could be the stars. But look. Hive, biodome. I just love. This always reminds me of aliens. I just wish there was more stuff to collect in this. I pressed the wrong button. I'm not gonna lie, I pressed the wrong super button. That's fine. I need golden gun kills anyway for my achievement. Scout rifles are supposed to be like mini sniper rifles. You can just get one character up to.
It looked like the Hive.
Well, for
were
me
performing
personally, I
some
mean, you
kind
could
of
have already done 3
ritual.
characters. 6
We should talk
characters.
to Ikora.
Some people have
She
already
knows
done
all there
6
is to know about
characters
Hive
for
magic.
650. I haven't even finished
No one
starting
has
the
seen
Warlock yet.
Ikora or Cade since the city fell.
Don't tell me I can still pick that up. No.
There's the control center.
Clear the area so we can move in.
Like, that's the bit that does my nothing. So I rock up with a scout rifle. Pop in the head. No stagger.
Perfect. Recon the perimeter before you move on the control center.
Recon the perimeter. Recon the perimeter. Well, it's got solar things on stuff.
like we're standing in some kind of hive breeding ground.
Take it out.
Have a like, no, not the baby. Oh,
Shoot the yellow sacks.
that's it.
We cleared the nest.
It's all about sack shooting, baby. It's all about shooting the
Sweep
sack.
the perimeter and we'll move in on your signal.
There's usually the grenade one floating about, unless he's already crept up there. Oh, there he is. Oh no, look at this, how poor. Go around this way. Interesting.
Sloan, Commander, it's done.
Copy that. Zavala and I are inbound.
Zavala. Zavala. Oh, mate. Sorry, I didn't see. Pew pew. I am Nini. Yes, I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. Alien was kind of scary. Yeah, it was. It was. Sorry, I was so concentrated on this, I wasn't looking at chat. Pew pew. Sorry, mate. I am a terrible streamer for not looking at my chat. Look that way. Just in future, look that way. Yeah, I always think the Titan reminds me of Alien, because it's an old abandoned station that's been infected with a creature that grows itself in pods. Look. Type of stupid cutscene. No, not stupid, look. If that's not Alien, I don't know what it is. Just that the hive are yeah, not as good a David. Yeah, we don't need to watch this. Getting fully into the game. Tell me about it. Concentration levels maximum. Hopefully the sound and everything's okay. I've not actually checked any of the streams out, so hopefully the game sound and everything's okay. Let me know if it's too loud or anything. I don't normally get a chance to play this much, but it's too early. It's too early. It's 6:41 in the UK. How are you doing, I am Nini? How are you doing? Is the game volume louder than the mic? Interesting. Interesting. Why is it doing that? It could just be, well, I can pull that down to there. That should be a bit better. Hopefully. I don't mind if game volume's louder than the mic though. It's probably got something to do with the mic is miles away from my mouth. Oh no, I don't want to do this one. No, I've done this one already. Is that better on the game volume? Hopefully. Good. Yeah, it's probably the mic being too far away. I have this. I'll tell you what. Let's see. Can I do that with it? Good. Good. It's because I've got this thing with the microphone that I don't like it too close to my mouth, but then I keep forgetting that the microphone kind of needs to be close to my mouth. So look, there. How's that? That should be better now. Terrible. This guy's such a good streamer, except you can't hear him. Oh my god, yeah. I've just noticed that the microphone pickup is horrendous. I'll tell you what we'll do. Gain. How about that? That should be a bit better now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm glad you're doing alright, mate. I'm glad you're doing alright. Thank you for joining in, by the way. I didn't honestly expect anyone to log on and watch me, in all honesty. I'll do this one. It's been quite a while since I've done any streaming. I've actually been spending quite a lot of time rebuilding. Oh mate, good. Oh, that is awesome. Well, tell your friend thank you. And I've actually not done a lot of streaming recently. Well, not in the past this year actually. It's just been that's what I'm doing. I'm just chilling a bit. I shall leave this running. I've just kind of been doing a bit of chilled streaming because I don't get as much with work now, but I don't get as much chance to stream because I'm working. So, you know, I work quite a lot of hours during the week, but I couldn't sleep this morning. I thought I'd just crack on with it.
Well, this is awkward.
And I've spent a bit of time rebuilding my PC, and not rebuilding, but kind of just doing all the bits just to upgrade it enough, because I've never done PC gaming before. So a few months ago I bought myself a cheap PC and just slowly plodded on and upgraded it, but it seems to do alright now. You can do about over 100 frames a second, so. But I just want to see what Anthem's like. That's the plan for later on. See what we can do with Anthem, see what it runs like on this thing, because if it runs Anthem, then technically I can run Resi 2 and a load of other things. But the Division 2 is going to be the most difficult one, because Division 2 needs a quad-core 8-thread processor, and the minimum requirements for 1080p is the GTX 1070. It's like, Oh, alright. Enough there. So, PC specs on some of the latest games is quite high, in all honesty. Alright, we can skip this. But, you know, they give you these minimum specs and then you find out you can run it with a 1050 Ti or something. But, still. Let's see how it goes. But I intend building a new PC next year. This was always just a test to see how really I get on.
This riot has to end here. If these killers get out, the reef will be overrun.
Yeah, in all honesty, mate, I built my PC. Yeah, exactly. Work with what you got. You know, if I was gonna... Not really. I mean, I've never built a PC before, in any way, shape or form. And... So I did, I looked at a few websites, so I would highly recommend having a look at people like J2Sense and Bitwiz, I think it is. They're pretty good for giving you a basic example of how to, you know, how to put the bits together. It all depends on what you're trying to do with your PC, in all honesty. So I basically got started because... Let's turn that down a bit. So I basically got started because I was looking at I wanted to play Destiny 2 on PC. I wanted 60 frames a second. I'd done it on PS4, done it on Xbox. Everyone was saying that the premium way of doing it was on PC, so I wanted to do it on PC. So I was having a look round and minimum specs to run it and etc etc. Found out that it wasn't very hard to run Destiny 2. It's not a very demanding game if you just want to play it, and you know, if you want to play it at 1080p 60 frames, you can run it on a 1050 Ti at medium settings. So I did a bit of research into what kind of PC you could buy, you know, what kind of spec levels, what processor you needed. Now, if you're going to be playing like the super latest games, Far Cry 5, you know, you're going to be playing Resident Evil 2, Division 2, you know, they're quite demanding. So, you know, everyone recommends that you get, you know, like a, what is it, an i9 8800K and stuff like that, but that's like 600 quid for a processor. You know, it's like nearly $700, £500 for a processor. Then you got to pay. If you're going to get a processor with that much grunt, then you've got to get a motherboard that can cope with the grunt, and you've got to get an A390Z motherboard and all this other tack. But when I actually started looking into performance, you don't really need that much grunt. You know, you could run something like an i5 6600 or 6600K, which you can buy for like 200, 300 quid. Stick it with a Z370 motherboard, and it will, you know, that's like 80 quid. And then you can build, you know, the most expensive thing was the RAM. But I just started looking around, and I basically went on eBay and found a Dell Optiplex. You know, an X workstation. It ran an i5 4590K. I got it with 8 gig of RAM. No hard drive, but you know, straight out the box, nice and easy to service, pre-built, so there was no worries about it. I don't want to overclock it yet. I just wanted something to get me into it. You know, you never hear people about overclocking PlayStations and overclocking Xbox Ones, so you know, I just wanted a PC to work at first to see what it was like. So I ended up buying this Dell Optiplex. It cost me 75 quid, so that was a bargain. You can pick one up pre-built with an i7 4770 or with an i7 4790 for like 250 quid. I then didn't want a high level, you know, I couldn't afford a 1080 Ti, so I bought a GTX 1070 G1 from Gigabyte. Cost me 200 quid. Bunged a couple of hard drives in, and away we went. I think the only other expense I've had is I've bought a new processor and an extra 8 gig of RAM, but you know, that was an extra 130, so you know, 500 quid all in. Got the PC, everything up and running, and it does Destiny at Hold on, I'll tell you. What are we running at? Mean highest. I mean, I dropped shadow quality down to medium because it's completely pointless. But this can run everything on highest, and it'll still do over 90 frames a second. So, what do you need it for? That was my attitude. Now, as time goes on, you know, like you said, work with what you've got. You know, I don't really expect. You know, I'm not going to be trying to run games in the highest resolution. You know, I'll probably will get to a point when I'll build something, but I want to see what the new Threadripper 2 processors are like. Or the new, was it the Gen 3 Threadrippers? Just to see what it's like. And then I'll probably end up I'll probably build something like that. But actually building it, no. If you want to get into overclocking and, you know, kind of piecing a PC together, then yeah, you do need to do a bit of background on how to do it. But the actual putting it together, I mean, most of it now is just plug and play. Putting a chip in I mean, I've never put a processor in a motherboard and done all the thermal paste and all that lot and unplugging fans, and you know, I got a bit panicky at first because it was kind of like, well, you know, I've never done this. You know, how hard can it be to put a PC processor in? And did a bit of research, and it's as simple as take 4 screws out, lift a fan off, undo a clip, take the processor. Then when you put the new processor in, there's 2 little shapes you have to match up. You put the processor in the slot, put the clip down, thermal paste, about pea-sized thermal paste, put the fan on, put 4 screws in, and done. Plug it all back in, power it up, away you go. And because I'd chosen a compatible processor with my Dell, it was easy. Mate, I would honestly say if you're going to put one together, cost-wise, for performance, if you want the very best performance, you need to get an Intel processor. Because the Intels do have an edge on Threadripper, on AMD's. It's a very slight edge, but it's still an edge. So, you know, but what I would suggest is, if you get a motherboard like a Z390, pay a little bit more for the motherboard, and maybe go for like an i5 6600, just so you can get up and running, and then when it comes down the line, get yourself an i7, you know, 80, the i7, the i9s, not i7s, there you go, that's how early it is. You know, the one thing I was learning is that the i9s, unless you cool them amazingly, they thermal throttle no end. But if you get a Z390 motherboard, or you know, you might even be able to get one of the newer ones that's coming out for the new processor sockets. Well, the new ones that are designed more for gaming. You could buy an i5 6600 to keep your costs down initially, and then just upgrade to an 8800K at a later date. And all you got to do is get some water cooling kits. So Corsair do water cooling blocks now, that you just literally, instead of bolting on a processor fan, you can bolt on one of these water, you know, these fan cooling kits. It's like a water block, a radiator that's got 2 fans on, and you know, it's got some liquid in it. I don't know, it's like a closed system, but you can literally do that. They're like 90 quid on Amazon, and then that's ready for your i9 if you choose to upgrade. And then, like I said, the biggest thing with anyone now, you could run an i5. It's got something like 6-core 12 thread. It'll run anything a game engine will throw at it in a minute. Stick the decent graphics card in. That's where you're going to spend your money. To tell you the truth, at the moment, from what I've been reading, the RTX 2060s seem to be the card to have, because they're not as expensive as the 2070s, but the performance seems virtually on par with the 2070s. And you know, if you can go for a 2080 Ti, fine, but you're going to be spending $1,000, $1,200 bucks, 1,000 quid on a graphics card, and that to me is just pointless. I mean, if you've got the money and you want the very best of the best, it's fine, then do it. But in all honesty, if most games, and this is what yeah, exactly, it's huge amounts of money, but everyone's been saying that the 2060 is the card they should have launched with and built up to the 2080, because the 2060 seems to be an awesome card for not a lot of money. It's like 350 quid for the card, so, you know, I think it's 375 bucks. But it can give you the same performance as a 2070, which is it gives you a similar performance to a GTX 1070, but it's got ray tracing in and it's got more memory, so it will link with pretty much any processor. It's dirt cheap, and it just gives you an upgrade plan. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, and it needs a bit more oomph, you can upgrade the processor. If you don't want a bit more oomph, just like you said, work with what you've got. But you should be able to build a PC. For me personally, I would go Threadripper. You can get a 2700X processor, which is something like a 12-core, 24-thread. In fact, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Tell you what, let's have a look. Oh, this is the only thing. I need this down here. So let's just go Threadripper. Now you've got me. Now you know. Threadripper. Let's have a look. 19. Let's have a look at. I'll tell you what. Let's just do a quick. I am doing quick. This is live consumer research. This stream's really boring. He's looked at the same screen, but the frame rate's awesome, but he's not really doing a lot. So let's have a look. So if I was to do a Threadripper. Right, so let's not go for one of them, but let's go for. Right, so here's your choice, right? This is where it starts getting interesting now. So if you know, just going on Amazon and having a look, you can get either a Threadripper 1900X, which is 8-core 16-thread, or you can get an i7-87K, which is hex-core 6-core 12-thread. They're both around the same money. Well, the Threadripper's about £270. The Intel's £384. Then it's down to your motherboard. But you know, 8-core 16-thread and 6-core 12-thread. You'd never need gaming again. But like I said, I built mine for less than 500 quid, so I built my whole PC for the less price of the processor. And the only upgrade was, you know, I would, if you can get a desktop machine on something like eBay, that's, I don't know, you could pay 500 quid for an X desktop machine. So, you know, if you do that and you buy an X desktop machine, right, shoot the Cabal bloke. Shoot the Cabal bloke. If you buy an X desktop machine, you could get something with quite a good processor in, with DDR4 memory, and say pay 500 quid, drop. Let's have a look at a hate ogres. So let's have a look for an RTX. What's an RTX 2060 going for? Right, okay. So they're doing RTX 2060s for 300 quid. 345 quid. Oh, there's a 2070 for 345 quid. Oh no, that's not a 2070. So it's 500 quid for a 2070, or it's 350 for a 2060. But the performance of the two is virtually... It's 500 quid for a 2070, or it's 350 quid for a 2060. The performance on them's virtually identical from all the reports that I've seen. So if you said spent 700 on a computer that is latest processor, latest graphics card, can do ray tracing, and can basically beat anything that you can throw at it, you've future-proofed it for a few years. I mean, how long's the existing Intel cards been out for? What? I mean, I remember watching 2014. So 2014 when they started doing Destiny. So the existing cards have been 4 years, and they've only gone through the iteration of having a GTX to TI model. So you can have a really cool PC, buddy, for not a lot of money that could last you for 5 years. And considering stuff like Xbox and PlayStations have seen upgrades halfway in their lifespan, which has been, what, 4 years? 2013, 19... So, you know, it's an investment, I would say, but it's a good investment. And it's definitely an investment, I would say, that... Oh, for God's sake, look at the state of this. So, like I said, you know, I personally... would just get a pre-built system and if you're looking to get like a first PC or clear away debris. Oh, okay. Oh, because this one's open round here. Idiota, idiota. But that's pretty much it. In seriousness, just go and have a look at people like J2 Cents and Bitwiz and I think Linus Tech Tips. They do really cool step-by-step videos. And what was it, Paul's Hardware? I think it's another one that you can look at. They do literal step-by-step ABC, this is how you do it, this is how you put it together builds. And it is so easy. And it was stuff like that that just helped me out. Because I literally have not got the brain cells. I mean, don't get me wrong, with stuff like consoles, you know, I've done weird things with consoles, with builds and recording and how I link them up, and, you know, how to capture sound off consoles that, you know, everyone says that you can't do, and, you know, how to bypass some of the rules in regards to doing stuff with consoles. But I've never built PC, and I was always under the impression PC gaming is really expensive as well, and it's not true at all. It's not true. There's a great service, I don't know if you've heard of it, called Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is literally, you can either pay what you want for a set of games, or you can pay a monthly subscription. So I pay a monthly subscription. So I think I pay something like £9 a month. It's like $12 a month. But that $12 gives you access to loads and loads of games. Loads of games. Check it out. It's humblebundle.com. and you basically, if you go for the monthly subscription is the best one, because once you get the game in your monthly subscription, you own it. Even if you cancel your subscription, it's still yours. So I think I've had so many games out of it. It's been shocking how many games I've had out. And this month, coming up for this month, they have got The Division you get for free, and Yakuza 0. But I've had so many games out of it. And they do this Vault system as well, which is kind of like the Xbox Game Pass, which gives you access to another 200 games. Now, you don't get to keep them ones. They will disappear if you run out, if you stop your monthly subscription. But, you know, Tacoma, Subterria, games like that, completely free. And it is really cool. But you get them all on Steam, or, you know, you just get Steam codes and you download them. For your monthly ones, they just give you a Steam code, you download it, and that's it, it's on your account. Done. So I went from having and the other thing as well is, you do, if you've got an Xbox and you've got Xbox Game Pass, then you can use, there are games on Xbox Game Pass as well that you can use. So like Forza Horizon 4 is on Xbox Game Pass. So there's loads of stuff that you can get for your PC without actually paying for it. I mean, pay minimal money. Minimal money. It's stupid. Yeah, and you know, there are some downsides to it though, that I'm, you know, that. But I work in tech, so you know, for me, fiddling with things like building PCs and stuff is a bit of an interest. But there are some things that do get on your nerves sometimes, like PC setup. It can be annoying that it took me a while to optimise the system. But there's a lot of automated tools now that you can do. So, you know, there's little things like sometimes the game will run slow and you have to reboot and go back in. You'll start seeing juddering, but I think that was mostly down to my i5 more than it was down to the computer, because I've not seen any stuttering. I've not seen any stuttering since I've changed to the i7. So I just think multi-core processors are the way to go. But if you can get a cheap, like the Dell Optiplex I bought was a 7020. You can get 9020s which come with i7s built in, and in all honesty, get one of them. You'll pay a couple of £100, stick a graphics card in it, you're aware. You can be gaming in an afternoon. Stick an SSD in. That's the other important bit. Kingston do SSD hard drives now for like £30, a 250 gig. Put Windows on that, use that as your boot drive, and it changes PC. You can boot a PC from start to finish in 12 seconds. It's so quick, and it just helps you with stuff. And then I've got, so like in my gaming rig, I've got a 250 gig SSD primary drive, and then I have a 250 gig SSD main game drive, so that's where I put stuff like Destiny and Anthem will go. And then I have, you see there's still a bit of screen tearing, but that's because I've overclocked my graphics card stupidly. And then I have a 2 terabyte hybrid drive that I run the rest of the games on, that don't need high performance. Don't need that high performance bit. So, you know, there's, as long as you run an SSD, SSDs are crucial. I would say go for an RTX 2060 as your start card, or go for something like a GTX 1070, GTX 1080. If you can get a 1080 Ti, in all honesty, you could rock one of them for a few more years. RTXs are not the be all and end all. They look good, but they are not the king of everything, in all honesty. GTX 1080 is still give it a good run. It's like a 20% of performance improvement, but most games can't use RTXs. They can't use the ray tracing yet. so it's completely pointless. Battlefield 5 can, but it's like, really, one game. I mean, more games will come, but one game. Yeah, there is a flaw in the PC with the FMV video that sometimes screen tears because it's trying to run at 150 frames a second and the game caps it at 30, so that's where you get a bit of tearing from. But added to that tearing is the fact that I've literally overclocked my graphics card to the absolute max on what I think my card can handle. So sometimes you get a bit of tearing, but in games you don't really notice it. But in FMV, when it tries to cap it, you get a little bit of tearing. I love this scene with Cade. But it's good. It's good. I mean, if you're looking for simplicity, just get Xbox One X. It's virtually the same as an entry-level PC now. But I like the flexibility. I like most Xbox One X can run mouse and keyboard now, so. I love this scene. Poor Cade. And the game has never been the same without him. Dee dee dee. This is so.
Help me out here, little buddy.
Mate, do not worry at all. Hey, look, up until about 3 months ago, I mean, I used to stream off a MacBook Pro, and, you know, it was all about juggling the tech, and I'd never streamed before. If you look at my channel, I didn't stream up until about 2015, and I've kind of been on and off. And I've never played PC games. For years. I mean, the last PC I owned, I think the last PC I owned was an Olivetti i386. No, if you count. The proper PC was an Olivetti i386 back in like 1994. So, you know, I use PCs every day for work, but I've never gamed on one. I had no idea what type of processors to buy or which was the right thing to do, you know, but you just learn, and don't worry, you know, everyone's a noob at some point. You know, I played Destiny probably more than anyone in all my friends, and all the people I know. But I'm nowhere near as good as some of the pro players and pro streamers. I do it for fun. That's what games are about. It's about having fun. But don't ever put yourself down, because you're learning. Everyone starts being a noob at some point, and you're not a noob. You're new. Experience is what gives you the ability to start talking about stuff with confidence. But how are you going to learn? How are you going to know what to talk about if you don't do it? Like you said, building a PC when you actually get into it, it's a piece of piss. Talking about games is, when I was a kid, I've been playing games since I was 5, so I can talk to you about loads of games, but the ones that you have fun with are the most important, and having friends to play with is most important. And I'm pretty unlucky in that regard, that most of my friends, when Destiny 2 came out, they stopped playing Destiny 2 and they stopped playing Destiny. But I've got a good clan, and you just have fun with the game. You do what you want with the game, and you get out the game what you want to do. So, you can have the best, highest spec PC on the planet, but if you like playing Mario, you can play Mario and still have the same amount of fun. I constantly get told off for buying games for my Xbox and PC and stuff like that, because I sometimes will sit in the living room, hook up my NES Mini, and have just as much fun. You can play Fortnite on your phone, and it will be exactly the same experience. You can have an iPhone, you can play Fortnite, or an Android phone, or just a phone, and you can have just as much fun as if you're playing it on a PC. Gaming doesn't matter about the tech or about how much you know. If you're young enough and you've got the free time, you can put the practice in. You can buy an Xbox for 150 quid. You can buy something like Destiny 2 and you can stream directly to Mixer or Twitch. Buy a PS4, an Xbox, you can stream directly to Twitch, directly from in the console with no extra kit. You can, with an Xbox now, you can plug in a camera, you can plug in a mouse and keyboard in Fortnite. You can stream directly to Mixer, and you can do exactly what I'm doing at 1/8 the cost. Does that make it any better? Does that make gaming more fun? Who knows? Will it make you a better player? Will it give you the ability to talk more about stuff? No, but if you can have a giggle, and you can you can join parties, raids, you can go on Fortnite and just practice. People want to see, the reason people watch streamers and like you're watching me is for a bit of conversation, passing a bit of time, seeing how things are, getting some information. Does it matter? And that's what I love. I love talking to people about games, and sometimes it's about, like, look at the sandbox that this is. It could be a case of we play Spelunky, or we can play Minecraft. Does it matter? Every game is what you make of it. And there's games that... I read an article the other day that was all about Aliens Colonial Marines. Now, if you don't know about Aliens Colonial Marines, and noob status, if you don't know about Colonial Marines, have a look at it online. So back in 2014, I think it was, maybe 2012, Sega still has the license for doing Aliens from 20th Century Fox, and they wrote a story that was done in coordination with 20th Century Fox that was a continuation of the Aliens films. This was canon. This is part of the storyline. And they released, they went to E3 and they released this amazing trailer that showed these colonial marines fighting aliens in this loading dock and things coming out of air vents and face huggers jumping on marines, and the graphics looked stunning. And when the game came out, it was a mess, complete mess. It was nothing that was in the game that was in the trailer at E3. It was completely and utterly broken. Completely broken. And it's a terrible... I mean, it's a terrible first-person shooter game. The graphics in it are shocking, even on PC. It is... Yeah, I mean, it is just... It was rated... one of the lowest rated games. It had special edition games that came out called the Colonial Marines edition that was like, when it was released it was 60 quid. A week later these things went down to 20. You can buy Colonial Marines and the season pass and everything on Steam now for like 3 quid. It is a terrible game, and it changed. It was one of the most important games to come out. Now, why? Because the demo that they showed at E3 essentially was false advertising, and someone sued Sega to say that this is false advertising. You can't show stuff at an E3 demo and say that this is your game, and then your game when it comes out is nowhere near the game that you've actually shown. So when you're watching E3 now, or you watch any game releases, you'll see now that it says, they come up and say actual in-game engine footage, or they say actual in-game footage or engine footage. That is because E3 last year, when Xbox revealed Halo Infinite, they said this is a new slipspace engine. They weren't saying that it was Halo, they weren't saying it was actual in-game footage, and that was because of that Sega event. So, you know, when you start looking at things like that, you know, it's... But to get on to the point of people having fun, I was reading an article on Eurogamer the other day where they interviewed someone who is rebuilding Alien Colonial Marines, recoding it. It's a mod that you have to put into the file, but this gives you... And it's incredible to think that they do this. They're rebuilding the whole game. They've reprogrammed the whole game. They're going through everything, like the .inf file, everything, to rebuild that game to what it should have been when it came out. And, you know, it just goes to show, not every person plays a game that everyone will like. You know, some people play Crash Bandicoot on PS1 because the remake that came out on Xbox and PS, you know, that came out was nowhere near. It had different controls, and the developer turned around and said yes, they changed the controls to take into account modern day controllers. Crash Bandicoot fans went mad because it didn't feel the same. And that's what it is. Who cares what you play? Who cares what you play as long as you enjoy it? I still love Resi 1. I still love the original Resi 1 on PlayStation 1. And why wouldn't you? You know, why don't you just enjoy the games you enjoy? Okay, I thought I could hear something tinkling then. Damn it. So yeah, enjoy the games you play. You don't have to be a noob at something, and you don't consider yourself a noob. That's silly. Everyone starts at 0, and like every other game that you play, like slow paced games, Outlast. Do you like scary games? Like proper spooky, like slow paced horror games. If you like slow paced horror games, let me know and I'll tell you all. I'll give you a recommendation for you. Hi. 1 second, honey. Uh-oh. Thank you. I'll come in a minute and say hi. How's my wife? In all honesty, I don't blame you. There's sometimes that I prefer to watch because it's just some games nowadays. I mean, I love Destiny 2. You know, same as Halo. I've always loved first-person space shooters with the that fantasy element of being that super soldier that just goes in and wrecks shop. You know, Doom. You name all that. But slow-paced games. Oh, didn't even see him. Slow-paced games. They do this cool horror game, which is called Outlast. Which is called Outlast, and it is proper horror. They should make it into a film. It's that good horror, and it's really slow-paced. So it's kind of like you're this guy that breaks into a psycho like hospital, and you have to basically go around with a camcorder because there's been supernatural. There's supposedly a doctor in there that's gone mad, and it's supernatural, and it's Cade's ghost, and it is.
She's dead. Without his ghost, Cade dies.
It is one of the most spookiest games that you can play. And it is proper creepy. It is proper creepy. And I have to admit, I am not the biggest. Spooky games like Alien Isolation. Yeah, have a look for someone playing Outlast and Alien Isolation. If you like Alien or Aliens or any of the Alien movies, then Alien Isolation is like Outlast. It's like Outlast, but way scarier. Literally can't be bothered doing this. I've done this boss so many times. Sit down, sit down. Come on, just die. Do us all a favour and die. Here he comes. There we go, done. So yeah, it's Alien Isolation, Outlast, if you like something scary, or Outlast 2. That's equally as good. What else is there I'm thinking of? So probably Resident Evil 2. Okay. No mate, Thunderlord's well overpowered. It's cool though. I love that gun. Trying to think what else there is. Resident Evil 2, the remake that's just come out. Find a streamer doing that and watch that, because that is. Oh no! Prince Aldrin, I'm gonna have to kick your ass. Not Cade. God, that guy. That guy.
How's my hair?
Oh.
Oh no.
So yeah, there's loads of stuff. Yeah, I've not been paid yet, so when Resident Evil comes out, then I'll probably do a bit of getting it. I love Resident Evil. I'm going to play the 30-second demo that you can get for PC and Xbox and stuff. Mate, come on. Resident Evil is... It's a scary game. Not over scary. You'll probably be more scared watching Outlast and Alien Isolation. But Resident Evil is a cool game. A proper... And it's... Capcom's done a remake right. They've done it as like a loving remaster. They haven't done it as just a remake where they've done it, just upgraded the graphics. They've changed it as everyone's called it like a Resident Evil remaster remix. So it looks spectacular. But I've not been paid, so we have to wait for that one, unfortunately. Can't be bothered with this. Come on, go. So, I don't think you'd be too scared, but it'll just be definitely one of those games where there'll be bits in it which will be really scary, or there'll be some bits in it which will be action. I think someone was telling me that... Where did they get that from then? I was having a look at the... Wow. Yep, the collector's edition's 230 quid. Wow. That is... That is mental. So, I mean, personally myself, watch that. Find someone who's playing Resident Evil 2. Well, you know, I'm going to go offline shortly. Yeah, mate. I mostly play Destiny. I'll be playing Anthem this afternoon. I'm going to do the 30-second demo of Resident Evil. I just want to see what it's like before, and I want to make sure that the PC can run it. Everything says it can, but I just want to make sure, because I don't want to be popping 50 quid on something and find out it stutters around and, you know, recommends some graphics card I haven't got. So, I just want to download the demo on PC and try it. If not, I'll just get it for Xbox One X. It'll be virtually the same game as PC, probably without any of the hiccups. And I'm going to try Anthem this afternoon. And I've got Outlast, so I might have a scary Outlast night. But just, if you haven't... if you want to know what I'm doing when I'm online and stuff, if you go to damnprofit.com, which is my website, all my streaming stuff's on there. Or just keep an eye on Twitter. Just look for Damn Profit. As my name is on Twitch, or you know, just have a look on there. There's everything goes on the website when I'm streaming. There's a stream guide. I need to update the kit on there. That's the only thing, but you'll see everything on there, and you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, blah blah blah, all the normal social media. Big hype, you know. I could do all the normal streamer stuff and talk a load of bollocks to you about how it's really cool doing all this stuff, but you know, just go on there. It's the easiest way you'll find me when I'm streaming and when I'm doing anything. I did get a subtle calamity somewhere. What's that one? 575. 380. No, I can't be bothered. Rangefinder Rampage. Ooh. Get rid of all this tat. 604, 604. Where's my power weapon? But there's so many good games coming out. I mean, God knows I'm going to get to play them all. I mean, I haven't even started Red Dead 2. I've got Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I've got Assassin's Creed. I mean, I've literally got Spider-Man. Spider-Man on PS4 Pro. On PS4. I've got Battlefield 5. Oh my god, what else is there? I mean, things like For Honor, Division. I mean, there's so many games I want to play that all require so much time. And there's the one thing I don't have, so much time. Ooh. They are, and the thing is at the moment, it's... What I love about gaming at the moment is there is so little... There's so little bad games, in all honesty. I mean, it's very rare for you to come across someone who's made... Ooh, that's a 606 grenade launcher. Right, what have we got? Rangefinder Rampage Field. So that's actually a better one. I don't want thermoplastic grenades, though. See. Oh no, they bounce. I don't want the bounce. What about this one? This hasn't got bounce on it, has it? Sticky grenades, fine. So, I'm going to put this in here. I don't want the bouncy ones. And we will put on... Ooh, God, some of these are boring. Boring. Oh no. Oh, actually, Dreamscape. I'll put that one on. There's very rare that you get a bad game, in all honesty. You know, I don't think there's any real shockers that have come out recently, and you know, there's things that we have to take into account. In all, you know, there's developers who are investing more. I mean, I'd probably say that the only really bad games that have come out recently that have properly shocked me. Oh God, look at this. It's
Eververse thanks you.
Mate, honestly, you turning up and keeping me company for the past 2 hours has been awesome. Most people, and especially the well, I didn't even look at the chat to see that you were there talking to me. I was so focused on the game. in all honesty, it has been brilliant just talking to you. If I had two of you to talk to, oh my god, that'd be amazing. But just having, normally I'll come online, you know, when you play a game like Destiny that's currently in its super stride at the moment, you will very rarely get to the top of a viewing list, where you know, it'd be very rare that you'll find you know, it'd be very rare that you'll actually find people who find your channel, unless you go for something niche and then build up. You know, most of the time I'll be mostly on my own. I might have a couple of people drop in and say hi and etc, etc, but you know, you've kept me company for the past 2 hours, mate. It's been awesome. Hopefully I've not waffled on too much. I'm not going anywhere for a minute, 'cause I need to finish some of this off. But
Good luck. No rush. No word from
who other stuff can I get?
Must have found something interesting.
But
Hello, Guardian.
oh, I'm very chill. If I go in for, if you'll start seeing a non-chill game when, let's have a look. Enemies defeated in any strike. Grenade launcher. Oh no, get solar kills in a strike and do that. I'm very chilled. If the only time I don't get chilled is if I'm doing a raid, and then you'll see me constantly going onto the. I'll be raging about everything. I will literally be going mental because I'm just trying to. When I'm streaming a raid on Destiny, it is full on concentrate because you can talk and stuff, but you are bombarded at all angles from. I need to go and see Ada's ones. No, let's go and see up here. You get bombarded from all angles. And I am just trying at the moment, for the love of money, I need to get to 6:15 just so I can go and try one of the forges, which is what I ultimately want to do. And I've got to play Gambit as well in this, which is that's like sweaty palm stuff on PC, I've been told. I'm just not good at competitive playing. You know, multiplayer and stuff I'll play for fun. But, you know, when it starts getting to the point where you got team members who are like getting raging at you because they need to do something for a challenge, it's like, that's not me. I just want to play video games, have fun and do a bit stupid, in all honesty.
Unfortunately, this is all we have at the moment.
Oh, bless her. What was that one? Oh, I can take that one. Complete ignitions of the lost. I can't do that one.
Until next.
I'm just going to say I can't compete on the basis of that A, I am slightly a bit too old now, and that yeah, I'm the same as you. I love watching people play it because I love watching people do competitive, because I think it's an amazing thing to have the skill to do. I don't have that gift, in all honesty. I don't think it's something that one second. I don't think it's something that I was blessed with, shall we say. No, I don't want to go that high. No, go back to there. I'll do. I don't think I honestly have. I'm trying to see if I've got something on my mic that I can change. A minute. I'm sure that I've got gain on this. So let's have a look. Hello. Is that it? There we go. That should. I don't know if this is going to be any better on the microphone, but turn it down a bit. Down. No. So let's go to. Let's try that. That may be a bit better now. I used to have the gift of competitive. Now, that is a different story.
Hawthorne scouts tracked a group of fallen to a hydroelectric plant nearby. A plant that was already infested with Taken.
These Taken are surprisingly well coordinated. We couldn't get close. Forget the fallen. The Taken may have a new leader. They've learned defensive tactics and
I used to be ranked quite high in the Halo competitive universe many moons ago. Oh, God's sake. Oh, I can't even jump on a platform now. I used to be ranked quite high on Halo competitive, Halo Reach competitive especially. So I used to be. I used to play competitive Halo Reach. I used to play a competitive. Why would you rush it? Why would you rush it? And Halo Reach, oh my god, I spent so many hours doing Halo Reach competitive. it was. I think I played the campaign about 3 times, and then the rest of my time was just doing competitive. It was just so brilliant. And I knew all the maps, I knew everything, I had the reactions, it was proper make your bum squitch kind of stuff. So I used to love it. And I think that's something that Destiny misses. It's the multiplayer is just trying to get too grown up. It's just trying to be too adulty in a world where we need a bit more fun. That's why Fortnite does so well, because it's a sweaty, grindy teenager's paradise, and it's fun to watch. Ah, thought I was going to make the jump. Thought I was going to make the jump. Oh, you got me up. Cool. As you do. As you do. Goddamn wizards. Keep going. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, Fortnite, for what it is, you know, it changed video games. As much as people might not like it, it did. See you later, alligator. And it changed video games, because, I mean, when you look at Fortnite, it was a failing video game that suddenly changed into a. It made the two owners billionaires literally overnight. I mean, billionaires. I mean, you can complain as much as you want, but if you change something into $1 billion franchise, oh, I've just thrown my throwing knife. You know, you change something into $1 billion franchise in 6 months. You've got to think they were going broke. They were going broke, the two owners of Epic Games. And they released, and you know, it was down to one dev engineer decided to release the PvP part of the game. that then changed the game from to going out of date. I mean, to being a billionaire.
Left that unguarded. This smells fishy.
Did I say see you later, alligator? Okay, I was not meant to be like that. The Lake of Shadows. Strike. The strike's done. Why are we still fighting things? Mate, your boss is dead. There you go. Did I say... I didn't mean to say see you later, alligator. Well, I did. But... such a sad
Side by side and accomplish anything.
I could listen to you two talk all day.
Which one's this one? Scout rifle reserve, special ammo finder. Okay, well. Put that into the... And what's this one got? 577. Mate, I think the funniest thing I've ever done was we were a couple of friends of mine were doing the oh god, what was her name? The strike that was on Destiny 1 with the witch, and we were fighting it. Oh, was it Crota? I think we were doing the Crota raid in the dark below, and I just shouted out to everyone. There was 6 people in our raid party, and you know, this isn't, you know, it's not a racist comment, but I turned around and I was like, do you want to see my Mexican friend? And they were like, what Mexican friend? And I said, it's the last Juan. And I fired my last rocket launcher and hit Crota, and he died, and we completed the raid. It was probably one of the only times I've got a pun completely funny. 6 people were in tears. We finished this raid that we'd not done before, and there's me shouting it out. Oh my god, I was literally choking. And I didn't think anything. Insight, okay, insight terminus. Where we gotta go? I think it's down here. And I didn't think 2 thoughts about it.
Guardian, we've received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot. I want you to get in there and figure out what they know.
So, you know, there's seriously, you're never going to get from me. You're never going to get from me a highly professional super stream. You are going to get everything. What you see on the screen is exactly what I am. No, I didn't get in trouble, because it wasn't meant with... I mean, the thing is with Twitch's terms, everyone's terms of service was, it was... You know, it wasn't meant in malice. You know, I didn't say it like it was a... It wasn't said to be in any form of malice or anything like that. It is just done for, you know, it was a giggle. This guy's properly not taking... We're not hanging about on this one. This guy just wants to get his strikes done, which is fair enough. I can understand. Let's get rid of that guy up top. Just going to come in and wreck shot on my little machine gun. Buy that for $1. No, I didn't get in trouble. I mean, it's very rare I get in trouble. I'm a very, you know, I have a very few rules on my stream, and that is, I don't stand in tolerance. You know, it's all about having fun. We don't take. I don't like people trying to rip the piss of someone, or, you know, trying to hurt anyone is not acceptable.
That guy looked like a commander of some sort.
You know, I have a very chilled stream. My entire stream is all about people coming to have fun. It's a safe environment to come and have fun in, and if anyone comes into my stream and they try and be nasty to other people, it literally is instant ban. I don't like it. I don't expect any of my friends to put up with it, and my friends come and watch me as well. Sometimes my family come in and watch. My daughter comes and watches me, and, you know, I would expect anyone to watch me be treated exactly the same. So, you know, there's having a joke, and then there's being nasty for the sake of being nasty. I don't put up with, you know, having a joke's fine as long as everyone understands it's a joke.
Give us the good news first.
The good news is that you can expect only a few Vex as you approach the entrance to the terminus.
That is good news. What's the bad news?
Oh, that's good. Just headless suicide machines. I mean, what other way would you want it rather than just headless suicide machines? See, like I said, I have a very chilled stream. I have no problem anyone coming to my stream. It's all about the fun. And I seriously need at some point to get my raids done. Because I've not been playing Destiny on PC that much, in all honesty. Not as much as... This is going to get a bit sweaty for a minute, so you might have to just put up with me while I get this bit done. Get that bit. Come on, charge me up. I'll do. Go around this edge. Do that, and done. Dude, he's done. Just shoot one. There we go. Yeah, so that is not usually done that quick, in all honesty. I'm not gonna lie. I usually end up dying horrendously though, because I go straight for the main guy and end up getting chopped to bits really quick. Oh. Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, it all depends on your teammates more than anything. Because it usually takes because oh, you know me so well then. The best thing we can do is just the best thing we can do for him is go down here and because then he'll just. I love this skybox. I love it. Oh no! Is our boy up? Our boy's up and down.
Wow. Okay, don't get hit by that.
Intercepted communication from the Met indicates that Cargan has bypassed their initial security protocol.
Let's get him done now.
Using that complex to access the data artifact. Get me over to that next plate, and I'll try a counter hack. I injected some bad variables into his decryption process. That should slow him down.
Oh, I hate grenade launchers. Let's get this plate done. Scout rifles attack. Oh no 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 no. They seem to be stuck on a pebble. There's nothing like when you're a super soldier to currently get stuck in a pebble. Oh! Melted! Oh, to tell you the truth, it happens all the time in Destiny. They just have some regions where...
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
They just have sometimes where you can... Don't forget, you're a high-powered super soldier who's like 10 feet tall that can be revived after being killed by a mystical power from an orb that sits above the earth. But this thing here can defeat you. The power of the ledge.
Questions for another day, I suppose. But for now, well done.
But no. The ledge. The invincible enemy of all virtual video game characters. The ledge. It just does my nothing. You can code everything. Oh, yeah, we're going to do... Let's do the knife flick. And let's dance with the knife. Not bad. Not bad. Ooh. Again, modulus report. Let's get rid of that. What's this one? Materials collected. Defeat enemies. What's my straight ones that are left? What's this one? Exclamation protocol, strengthen memory. What's this one? Defeat multiple enemies at your time with your super. That's fine. Defeat enemies with grenade launchers. The power of the ledge. Indeed. Indeed. The ledge is super powerful. The ledge cannot be stopped in any game. Destiny 1 used to be worse, because you would have, like, the edge of a ledge, a proper ledge this time, so, like, you would have, like, a ledge like this, and you'd come in as your guardian, hit the ledge, and then just fall. And there used to be jump puzzles, well, on the Vault of Glass in Destiny 1, there was a whole jump puzzle section. The amount of times you would see warlocks just boop, and then they just float down all the way, and they'd float right to the point where they died, and it was so funny. $5.78, get rid of that. Rubbish. $5.96, $5.64. Right, off we go. The ledge was OP, yeah. Whoop.
Piccolo? Really?
We don't have to call it that. We'll give it a better name. Later.
I'm sorry to inconvenience you, Captain. Thank you. I have marked a trail of arc pulses the Fallen left behind.
The Fallen left us another trail.
My vehicle's on cooldown. The ledge again, you see. The ledge, look, 10-foot super soldier. The ledge is back.
Okay, the Fallen went that away.
Look, our dude is just wrecking shop. Look at BYCCCCBY. He's just on a mission. I killed him with a grenade, by the way. That was sublime.
I failed to save Cap. Sorry. Too many distractions. Fallen are tearing up the ship, and you know what? It really hurt.
You know what this is? Oh no, is this the potentially worst mission in Destiny 2? Yeah, it is. Damn it. I hate this mission. Good game with a grenade kill. Pure and utter fluke, not skill.
I'm familiar. Part of my sensor system. Keep arc weapons away from it.
Yeah, that's the curve.
What's shooting? What's shooting? Ah, that's alright guys, you on. Just hold that for me. This is where rapid fire reload all comes in.
Barrier is down. My scans show the Fallen used arc energy from Exodus tech to control everything, including the barriers.
Leave all that stuff. We don't need to kill it. I'm exactly the same, buddy. I'm exactly the same. I'll take a fluke any day of the week.
Failsafe, we haven't seen any sign of Fallen tinkering with your ship.
They're still crawling around. They seem right at home.
I've located another set of arc pulses. Don't worry, we'll find them.
Please, Ghost. And
Hello? Everything okay?
everything is okay now.
Failsafe was just being fidgety.
There we go. And we're off again. Let's go and take out the tank now. Another fluky grenade throw. Well, that'll do. I'd buy that for $1. Oh, he's got some good armor on him.
Anything on fire? I feel like something's on fire.
No, no fire here.
We got it.
No fire here. Calm down, failsafe.
Power's down. Tough to see.
They took everything, didn't they? There's nothing left.
Aid unit, got your modulator.
No, you two. Guys, please. They're trying to kill us.
Ooh, we've got to go figure. But that's it, I'm going to have to use this. Clear the area. Oh, he's down there, that's why. Oh, I hate this mission. The gun is on fire. That's the golden gun. I love it. Where is he? Here's Kargan. Hate this one. Ah! Oh, get up there. What's that? Not bothered by that. Where's the big boss man? Here we go. Watch, all the stuff comes jumping out of here now. And it's those grenade shanks, though, these explosive things you've got to watch out for, because they make the ground electric. Then when things get a bit too close, switch over to... switch over to my trusty little... Well, something's getting me, something's getting me. That'll do. Range on this thing's awesome. Yeah, so that's Golden Gun. So it's a super ability that the all the Guardians have. So each Guardian has a different ability. So I think one of us is running with electric. So one of us is running with electric, which means that we have this this specific supercharge that the super allows you to then unleash all this kind of super energy in one go, and absolutely. What the hell did he? Oh, they got him up there.
Have you found any artifacts from the crew? Any burial sites?
Nothing but a fallen fortress built out of your old colony ships. I'm sorry.
So yeah, the gun. Yeah. There's a. So if you look here, we've got solar void. So this fires a bow and arrow that sticks like. That was a partially sweaty part, yes. But not too major. It's not as bad as it can be. There's way more sweatier than that. Way more. What have we got in the postmaster? 570, 560. 5. So if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I have left, middle. So I'm looking at this. So this is where we do all the inventory management, and this is how I look at everything that my Guardian has in the thing. So if I'm ever looking off screen, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Destiny Inventory Manager, which is where you can manage all your kit. Oh mate, wait till you see. When I'm doing a raid, I'll put it up in the title if you're about, and you know all the timing's right. And if we're doing a raid, you can have a look at that, because that is proper. Oh, what am I doing here? Bugger, after this one now.
We're approaching the temple, Petra.
Copy that. Standing by.
I quite like this one actually. This is one of the better ones, raid wise. Oh, hello. Go away.
Heading inside now.
Good. Descend to the heart of the temple. You're looking for one of the Queen's Techians. Tech witches, you Guardians call them. Her name is Sadia. She was taken.
So now we're in the Dark Realm.
She will try to kill you.
She's part.
You might like to do
Oh god, I forgot what it's called. In the Dreaming City, that's it. Damn it. Up. I fell a little too far then. You can just run. It's meant to be scary, in all honesty. The Dark Realm is quite cool. So we're just watching other players play now. I'm quite impressed with the recent graphics cards updates because it's the recent updates to the graphics cards has meant that the drivers are a lot better. I'll buy that for $1.
Watch out.
Oh, for God's sake, just pick the relic up. But you need to go around here and do that. Why did you step in the way? Done. There we go. This doesn't take too long, in all honesty. It's not one of the longest raids, it's just the boss at the end is an absolute... The boss at the end is an absolute pain in the backside. Oh, and there's nothing there. Little hidey hole point. Keeper. Would you be amazed that they've got... I recently just went on a trip to Dubai. So I was out in the Middle East, and it's amazing that they have dollar stores as well, but like proper American style dollar stores. Dude, he's got his super... Oh, someone's at the side of me. Someone's at the side of me. Where's the big dude? Done. Whoa, they all came for me. See, some of these are... In the dollar store in Dubai. Yeah, I mean, trust me, the same was the same in Dubai, mate. It didn't do... The dollar store was like... It was a big con, really. But it was just amazing to see. It was just amazing to see more than anything that there was all these US stores in the Middle East. Come on, buddy. Let's get this done. Our mate's off. He's trying to fight everything down here and we're just hanging back. Go left. On the massive jump, go left. On the massive jump, go left. On the massive jump, go left. Do 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 do. Oh, hold on. He's a wanted dude. Ah! Buy that for $1. Now, here we go. This is the bit I don't like, because Dubai was very, very nice, and you know, there's a certain reputation that comes with countries in the Middle East, and it had none of them. It was an amazing place. I'd probably say that the only thing that really did shock me was just how big the shopping centres are. They are astonishing. Absolutely. Oh god, I hate this bit. Oof. Oof, that was good. So I've got to get down there. Yeah, it was absolutely, possibly one of the best places I've ever been, ever in my life. It was incredible. They had a shopping centre there that was so big. I mean, I've been to the US, you know, I've been to California, I've been to Florida, I've seen shopping malls on scales that we don't get in the UK. I mean, we don't get malls that are your size here. We get big we get big shops. We might have big supermarkets, but we don't have. I'm sorry, I'm making an assumption that you are in the US, but you know, we have big supermarkets, you know, kind of your Walmart-esque size. But we are talking that they had a shopping mall that was so big, and it's where the Burj Khalifa is, the tallest building in the world. It is, the supermarket there is just on a scale that your brain just can't fathom. There's 4 floors, and it is ginormous. And I mean, you're in the US. Well, think of the biggest shopping mall you can, and I mean the biggest one that you could possibly think of. Times it by 2. Whoops. Times it by 2, and that would be 1 floor. That would be 1 floor of the supermarket. This place. It was ginormous, and I was astonished. It was a place we walked into, and it just left me open-mouthed about how big it was. Whoopsie. Whoa, what hit me? Oh, I've got the witch here. Where is she? Where is she? Oh no, I'm wasting my super. Damn it.
Watch yourself.
But yeah, it was... Oh no, I mean it was possibly one of the largest buildings I've ever seen. It was almost on a scale with a whole county in the United Kingdom. It was... And there was every shop you could think of. Every conceivable shop of any size, of anywhere you could think of. It was there. Oh, here we go. We have to get up to that point now. I've not done this one that many times. But yeah, it was unbelievable. It was, and I'll put some photos up on my website of my recent visit, because it was just... The pictures don't do it justice. The pictures honestly don't do it justice for how big this was. I mean, I went with work, so I had my boss with me, and he was saying to me that, you know, you won't be, when everyone sees your photographs, they won't believe the scale of what you're talking about. And I was like, no, that's not true. I was like, that's not true, but it is. All my friends and family were just like, nah, it's not that big. You're like, it is. They had a Five Guys in there that was 4 floors. I mean, 4 floors for Five Guys. And she's done. She's back. Yeah, I mean... the Apple Store. I mean, the Apple Store was 2 floors, but it was huge. I mean, it was just... You've never seen anything like it. I mean, never. I don't think I'll go anywhere. I mean, the only one I could think of, the Apple Store, that would be bigger than the one in Dubai must be the one that's in Times Square, or the one that's in New York. Must be. It was huge. And you know, you've got to tie that in with that. You'd have places like there was a toy store in there, and the toy store was so big you couldn't see the back of it from the front door. I mean, the corridor was like the back wall. If you're looking like from the front door, the back wall was like this big, and it was just huge, absolutely huge. And you know, you've got people that come from all over the world to see this place, and you can buy anything, absolutely anything. And like I said, you know, I've been to the US, I've been to places, you know, I've been to New York, I've been to Los Angeles, I've been to Costa Mesa, I've been to San Jose, I've been to Reston in Virginia, you know, Washington, you know, I've been pretty much to quite a few places in the US, and it was, you know, it was one of those places you walk into and you're like, fucking hell, nope. Yes. Yeah, like I said, I'll put some photos on the website, and I'll do a little post on my news thing about it, but it was just, you look at it and you're like, nah, this is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I have 3 of those, and now I have 10 of those, which will make 1 of those. I need 2 of those. Good, so I need 20 of these. Right, so let's quickly go to 6 of 20. Everyone's pinging. Look, there's pings everywhere. So let's go. Let's go and see the tower. But yeah, it was actually. Have I got? I think. If I pull this over here, I go to here and pictures and camera. Don't worry. I'm just going to pull up. There it is. Right, right, give it a second. My stream might lag a little bit now because I'm just there we go. Bop. Give it a second. It's definitely my right. Okay. I don't care from that. So just to give you an idea of this, is a photograph of one section of 1/8 of one bit of the mall. So that's not the whole mall. That's like one section. So there would be. I'm trying to think. So if you look at the picture now, so can you see my mouse? So where you see this, these two bits here. There was like 8 of these in each section that then connected to a big rotunda section like this round bit down here, that then connected to the rotunda section like this, that then split off into like 3 or 4 other wares, and each ware had one of these in it, and that ceiling is roughly the height of an aircraft building, and that is just one bit. I mean, you can walk around there for a day, maybe 2 days, and you still wouldn't see every shop. I mean, it is the footprint. You would, and they've got, the cool thing is, if you, I don't think I can see it on here, but you see these little pillars at the back here, these black pillars. Oh no, go back to this. As you can see, it's having a little moment to load because I am currently killing my. So if I, go away. Where's the? Oh, I can't zoom, but basically this bit back here, these are interactive maps. These are interactive maps back here. So they're literally not even iPads, they're like way bigger than iPads. And you basically go up and touch them and there's an interactive map, and they have like a sat-nav system in them. So you basically push the shop, and there's literally, there must be 1,000 stores in this building. And you essentially push your button on this map, you pick the shop you want to go to, you say thank you very much, and it gives you an interactive map on how to get there. Plus as well, there's an app you can download as well, which is pretty cool. So you end up with this interactive map on your phone that you can kind of walk around and have a chuckle with, or you end up with just like you said, you get lost. But it is just on a scale that you can't comprehend of how big a scale that building is on. I mean, it is just huge, super ginormous.
All done. Down to the city.
All goods for trade. Take a look.
Ah! I've got it. I want that one. I want that one, or I want the coffee table one, in all honesty. I think I've already got this. I have, haven't I? Yes, got a Queen Breaker's bow. Ah, it's already equipped. Good. I forgot what this is called, Kingmaker. There you go. So yeah, it was, and it's an amazing... Hi! What's up, honey? I'm coming in. What? What? I know, but it's Saturday morning. Okay, I'm coming in. I'm getting pursued by my darling wife to, oh, hello. Crystal. yeah, it's a brilliant. Yeah, I did to travel. I mean, this was the first time with my current job, but I mean, I usually get jobs where I can travel to different countries because I look after quite I look after quite a big region, so it does allow me to travel, but it was one of those things where, you know, I didn't expect to go. My boss literally just turned around one day and he was like, I'm going to Dubai in a few weeks. You're coming with me because the CEO's asked us for you to come along. So I was like, oh, okay. Didn't expect that one. And I went out there, and in all honesty, it was amazing. Oh, look at Bumblebee. I've only got 2 left though. Safety first. Don't like that one. I mean, no. So it was very cool, and I will admit it was a lovely country as well. The only thing is, it is blisteringly hot. I mean, we were out there. You will do. Wait, you just. The thing with travelling is firing from the hip. So the reload speed on that's pretty cool. So I might just put major spec on it because it is. Stability. I don't need much more stability, but major spec. On a shotgun would probably be cool. Yeah, go on. I'm going to put major spec on there. I mean, the thing is so it's really weird, in all honesty, when you. I mean, going around travelling is pretty awesome. It does get boring after a while. You know, you can go to different places in it, and you know, for the first time you go travelling, it is amazing. There's no doubt about it. But equally as such, it can become dull because when you're doing it, if you go on short terms, like most of the places I go, we end up going for a week. So it's a simple case of, you know, you can go out there and have some fun and you get to meet some really cool people, and you know, once you're out there for a week it's fine, but you know, you got to think that was a 7-hour flight out and a 7-hour flight back, so we lose 2 days, and then you only have 3 days in the place because we had a weird flight, so we only landed. Oh, hold on, have I got another one of those kicking around? What's that one? Vigil of Heroes, 605, 538. I can delete that one then. It's 587, still too low, don't need it. So, you know, it was only 3 days in the place, but my god, I mean, it was 29 degrees centigrade every day. So 29 OC every day, and you know, one day I think it got to 34, and it's winter. That's the other thing as well. You know, it's winter. They were saying, you know, like in summer it gets to 54 degrees and it's unbearable. It's like, it's like, oh, that is a bit much. But it was really cool. You know, there's no doubt about it. It was awesome. It was very, very cool. Very cool. Right, well, I think as you've probably... come back to the microphone so that you can actually hear me. I think it's that time of day where I do need to go and see my wife, because she's got out of bed. I've been doing... Well, we've had a good 3-hour stream. So, mate, thank you so much for joining in. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will be back on later because I'm playing Anthem. I think the family's going out. We're doing some... Me and the daughter are doing some work on a car. But I will be back on later. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. You know, drop a follow, drop a like. Go to Facebook. I've got a channel on there that you can follow as well. You you know, go to damnprofit.com. You'll find out everything about me, and you'll see everything on there. And it was an absolute pleasure. But fortunately, I do have to go and be a bit of a dad for a while. So you did, mate. Then you are already a legend. You are already a legend. And like I said, for building PCs, go and have a look on YouTube for J2 and Bitwiz, I think he's called. And who's the other guy I follow? 1 second. I shall tell you once my internet connection lets me. I've got Linus Tech Tips, J2 Bitwiz, and who's the other guy that I really do like? And it's mostly because they're quite technical. They go into quite a lot of depth and give you a lot of background on it. And it is Tech Yes City, it's called. He's an Aussie guy, but he gives you really detailed builds, and he also builds PCs from bits of second-hand PCs, so he doesn't necessarily use the latest tech. He'll go out and buy like a 6-year-old PC, chuck some new bits in it, clean it up, and he'll show you how to run games at 60 frames a second, spending $200, you know, and it's a good idea on how to have how to go for what basic bits that you could use, and how to overclock, and what bits to look for on eBay that people might sell for $30 that you can then overclock, and it can keep up with performances of like i5 6600s. So, you know, it's a good site to follow. But anyway, I better go. I'm going to get told off. Thank you very much, buddy. I am Nini, that I kneel before you for thank you for joining me. And, you know, spread the word on the channel, you know, and I'll speak to you later on if you're about. Alright, buddy. You have a good day too. You have an excellent day. And thank you. And I shall see you very soon. Have fun.